Hi, I'm Brandolyn. Today I want to talk about this concept that I've coined as the achievement trap. So what the achievement trap is when we get ourselves stuck in a dependency on accomplishments in order to feel good enough about ourselves. Now, the achievement trap is not something natural. It's not something that we're born into. When we're born, we all are totally just like fully self-expressed, unencumbered, uninhibited little kids who can sing and dance and run around and make total fools of ourselves and be totally shameless. And we just do whatever we love. We do whatever makes us happy. But then somewhere throughout the course of life, something happens where that sense of worthiness, that sense of being whole and complete is shattered. And we no longer relate to ourselves as good enough, but we start to relate to ourselves as something that needs fixing. And in that moment, we decide that we don't want anybody else to figure out that we're not good enough. And the only way for us to cover that up, the only way for us to hide that, is to continuously accomplish and achieve. So we decide that we have to lose weight in order for people to think that we're good enough, or we have to get good grades, or we have to earn a certain salary, or we have to have a certain partner. We decide that we have to accomplish all of these things to fool the people around us into thinking that we're good enough. And when that happens, we are no longer free to pursue what we naturally would love to do, but instead we're trapped by this dependency on getting validation and approval from others in order for us to feel okay. And then what's possible for us in our lives is totally limited to only the things that we're going to get sufficient validation and approval for. So we're like prisoners to this. We can't do what we would love to do with our lives. The way that we can heal this is by starting with the goals that we have that are unfulfilling, those things that we work towards that aren't really true for us, the things that we feel like we have to do in order to prove that we're good enough to other people. We start with those goals and then we work backwards until we get to their origin, the time that we decided that we would have to accomplish that thing in order to feel good enough and in order to fool people around us into proving that we're worthy. And then once we get back to the origin of that dependency on validation, we can actually heal that. And we can undo the beliefs that were created in that moment so that we no longer feel like we have to cover up feeling unworthy, and we are re-grounded, re-centered in knowing that we are worthy as we are, regardless of what we do and what we accomplish. And so you start with the goals, you work backwards, you heal the underlying sense of unworthiness, and when that's done, you then are free to go be and do and create what you really want to do and create with your life, and you no longer are inhibited by feeling like you have to accomplish things just to prove your worth. That is the achievement trap. I'm Brandolyn. Thank you so much for listening.